run through what the GCDI is, what are some of the things that we do, some things that we offer to students, faculty, and just kind of give you a broad overview of the services we provide, how you can reach us, all that good stuff. So what is the GCDI? The acronym stands for the Graduate Center Digital Initiatives. And what we intend to do through the program is kind of bring the work of scholars from a variety of fields together to try and bring their different interdisciplinary skills and apply them through digital methodologies into something productive for research practices or teaching, other sort of institutional service missions, as it says here for CUNY, for the Graduate Center. So as it says, we do so by fostering communities. We'll see a few of those communities, how we offer and how they come together. So we have events, workshops, projects, consultations. These are all things that we will cover here in this brief presentation. So the main part, of course, is people. GCDI are the people of the Graduate Center. There's the fellows, program social media fellows, Robin K. Miller, the open educational technologist, Matthew Gold, advisor to the provost, Lisa is also here, deputy director, and you, all the participants, right?
Zach, do we want to have folks who are here on the call, who are part of the GCDI staff, go through and introduce themselves?
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
I can go first. Yeah. Oh, sure. I'm Rebecca. I am a PhD candidate in the political science department and a third-year digital fellow.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm a DMA student in piano, and this is my first year as a digital fellow.
Hi, my name is Tuka, and I'm in third year English and first year digital fellow.
And I'm Sam, fifth year in the English program and starting second year as digital fellow. And that's all of us.
And my name is Lisa Rohde. I'm the Deputy Director of Digital Initiatives. I work with Matt Gold, who was with us just as we started, but had to leave before we got started in full. But together we lead the GC Digital Fellows Program. There's also the Program Social Media Fellows Program that Zach mentioned, and a number of other projects. So for example, Matt Gold is the director of the CUNY Academic Commons. He's the director of a project called Manifold Scholarship. I work with a group of digital fellows and Steve Zweibel, who's the digital scholarship librarian, on projects called the Digital Humanities Research Institute and DRIFT, which is Digital Humanities Research Infrastructure for Teaching Technology. So we do a variety of projects among all of us, and we have backgrounds in, typically those of us who are on staff or faculty, backgrounds in the humanities, but also with a sort of digital emphasis.
Okay, great. So the digital fellows specifically, who are on this call today, they're doctoral students from different programs, as you just heard, the variety of different programs, but we all share a sort of interest in and, willingness to engage with different technological methods to improve teaching in our research. In the program itself, we offer a variety of ways to support students in the Graduate Center. We have workshops, consultations, working groups, guides, tutorials, blog posts, all these sorts of things. These are all things that we have specifically chosen to provide to the community based on our assessment of the needs of the Graduate Center as a whole, and have just, the broader landscape of scholarship, especially humanities scholarship, and the ways we can sort of intervene in the space and try and help improve it, frankly. So we'll just go through and talk about some of these offerings. So the workshops, you can find the link there. There's also just a calendar on the main page. Someone might be able to share that, but it has all the workshops that we're offering each semester. This is just a brief picture of like pre-pandemic times when we had our workshops, actually face to face. You can see it's just a collaborative coming together of students and faculty to try and work on their skills. It's meant to be a way to sort of a gentle introduction in most cases to the technologies that are being discussed. So you can just kind of see this semester, we have quite a variety as well. So coming up very soon on September 12th, we have Are You Ready, which is an intro to R, the R programming language. It's language used for statistical analysis, data visualization, 3D modeling, all that kind of stuff. So this is meant to be an introduction to the language, sort of gentle introduction. So you can, feel comfortable using it in greater depth, as you continue. We will also have coming up very soon an intro to Python. Python is another widely used language in academia. It will take place September 19th. So it'll provide introduction, as it says, to the Python programming language. You can also use Python for just about anything you set your mind to. Digital research tasks, analyzing data, collecting data, building web applications, natural language processing, text analysis. You can even use it for game design, which I enjoy doing. You can use it for a lot of things. This will be an introduction to the language itself. And so again, you can see we have an intro to HTML, CSS, a workshop on Raspberry Pi, which is very interesting, and even the Confessions of a Digital Hoarder. So if you find yourself hoarding a lot of digital assets, this might help you sort of come to grips with your own collections in an interesting way. So the best way to find all of these workshops, and again, they are different each semester. And again, we try to assess the needs, sort of the pulse of the Graduate Center at the time and what we might need. So the best way you can follow along with the particular offerings of each semester is to go to the calendar, because it will list and it will also take you to the Eventbrite page. And now, as obviously we have had mostly online workshops in the past couple of years. However, this year we are offering a more hybrid approach. So for many of these workshops, you'll also be able to join in person if you would like, or join remotely via Zoom, whatever you're most comfortable with. So again, just follow along with the calendar. If there's something that interests you, make sure to sign up and join. Other offering we have here as Digital Fellows is our consultations, and these are a bit different. These are more one-on-one sort of guided meetings with the Digital Fellow about a particular technical problem or issue, or just general idea that you want to create. This is a meeting that you can have to get started on that project or work through that particular problem. So consultations usually run about 30 minutes. Again, past couple of years we've done it online. However, there might be an option for meeting in person if that's what you prefer, at the Graduate Center, most likely. In general, they're just a great way to seek conceptual direction on a project that you have. We can provide technical guidance, maybe some tools that you can use if you're working on a particular project and aren't entirely sure what might be the best approach. That's really what these consultations are best for. Really just anytime you are struggling to conceptualize a particular digital project, we can usually help you get started and think through the process, what technologies, tools you'll need, what methods might be best, that sort of thing. So to get a consultation, and we offer them all throughout the semester, and it's currently open now, I believe. So you can just use the web form. It'll be very simple. Your name, your CUNY email, what the general gist of your problem or project that you're working on is, what you would specifically like help with. So there'll just be a few short questions. And then, we try and get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Probably, just check your email. We'll get right back to you with a fellow who will, follow up with an appointment for you. So those are consultations. Again, a more one-on-one approach to, working through a particular technology. So we also offer working groups, because another thing at the GCDI that we really want to do is foster community, a larger sense of community at the Graduate Center. So the working groups are one way we try and, foster this. So we have a variety, again, of different working groups. They're pretty informal most of the time. Some meet weekly, usually it's bi-weekly or maybe monthly. They're again informal, often online, although they can probably move to a in-person format if that's what people want. Really, it's just to work together on a particular issue or a particular skill set, programming language, technology. So here's just some examples. So we have Pug, or the Python user group. So if you're interested in using Python as a programming language for whatever projects or research practices you're trying to come to grips with, this is a good place, again, a very informal place to just come bring your code or your ideas, to talk through with others at the Graduate Center that can then, discuss more broadly how we can assess, what the direction you might take with your project is. Python also, the user group sometimes just goes through like particular parts of a textbook and just to get a better sense of the programming language itself. So, depending on who shows up to each meeting, it's usually, up to them about what sort of problem or project they'll tackle for that particular meeting. In other cases, it can be more guided. If people just generally want to work on, learning the language, that's also an option. So again, it's really based on the users that come to these particular groups. So that's the Python user group. As far as I know, that is the correct time. It'll start September 23rd from 3 to 4 p.m. and it meets every other week. And again, to find all these, you can go to the GCDI page, which will list all these user groups, such as the R user group. So again, if you're interested in the R programming language, R is much the same thing. It's a place for both experts and newbies to come together and sort of discuss uses of the language, particular techniques, projects, bring your research data if you want to have people look at it. Again, it's an informal place to come together with your ideas, discuss them, work through them. So again, I think this is the correct time. September 30th from 3 to 4 p.m. is the first meeting. We also have DARC, Digital Archive Research Collective. So this is mostly related to digital archives and collections, digital exhibitions. It's just a great place to learn about archival research, especially digital archival research. How to create digital archives, develop websites that present digital archival work, that sort of thing. As far as I know, there is not a set time yet, so just pay attention, as we update going forward. But if you are interested in archival work, especially digital archival work, this is definitely the group for you. We also have a GIS and mapping group. So, again, this is largely focused, also on the others on a specific topic. This is mapping. So if you're interested in using GIS in your research or your teaching, this is a good group for you. You can discuss mapping techniques, general concepts, particular tools, data sets, how to tell stories using your maps, all these sorts of things that you will find yourself having to engage with when you are using mapping as a research approach. So this semester, the group meets every other week on Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. And the first meeting is October 6th. And again, to find out all of this, go to our website. You can sign up for the Commons pages. That's where all the information will be contained about each of these groups. We have the Sound Studies group. The Sound Studies mostly relates to using qualitative and quantitative sort of research, storytelling using sound. It's a general approach to how you might utilize technological tools that allow you to engage with sound in your research practices. Digital dissertations is another one. So if you are interested in creating at some point in your academic career a digital dissertation, this is a great group for you. You can discuss the hardships, what you find most challenging, best ways to approach your advisors with, depending especially on your specific program, they might not be as into the idea. So again, this is a way to sort of foster pedagogical sort of and research focus potential of a digital dissertation that may otherwise not be immediately apparent to you, especially when you're coming together and talking with others through your ideas. It can be really helpful. So if you are interested in using or creating a digital dissertation, I would definitely recommend joining this group. So again, you can go to our website, GCDI. It'll show all of the working groups that we have. As we update it, it'll have all the dates, the times, the Commons page that you can sign up for, so you can just be in the know as it progresses. So we see you can offer a variety of things. We have workshops, which are general introductory approaches to specific tools. We have consultations, which are more one-on-one, and we also have working groups, which are more informal, just gatherings about a particular technology or digital concept in general. So we're trying to hit a variety of different angles into the needs of the institution. Along with this, we also offer events and institutes. So this is just an example from 2019 of the Digital Humanities Initiative Lightning Talks. The Lightning Talks are sort of brief, informal presentations, usually about 3 to 5 minutes, where you can just talk through a particular digital project that you are working on. It brings together people from all over CUNY, so not even just the Graduate Center, actually. So we often have faculty from Hunter or Brooklyn College, just across the CUNY schools, coming and showing off their digital scholarship. It's a way just to have awareness, basically, of what is going on in the broader community at CUNY. So you can talk through your project, you can get feedback on it, and just kind of find out what others are working on, and get inspiration for your own projects. As with everything else, we have done this online in the past couple of years. We did it we didn't do that one in person, actually. No, we did a different event, but it has been online, but it might change this year. It's usually offered in the fall, so just pay attention to the schedule, and you can sign up. Anyone can sign up for this event and show off their projects at whatever stage they might be at. So even if you're just in the beginnings and are working through the ideas, you can just have a few slides and present the idea so you can get some feedback and talk through it with the rest of the community. We have GIS Day, which, following along with the working group, works on a variety of things: digital cartography, mapping, narrative storytelling through maps, geospatial analyses, all these sorts of things. It's coming together of people who work on these particular areas, and just to sort of show the research, talk through it, and sort of celebrate everything that's being done at CUNY related to mapping. An important thing we offer is the Digital Research Institute. This is usually offered in January. What it is kind of just a crash course, about a week intensive institute on a variety of different topics. So we have, Python programming, R programming, command line usage, what else? Text analysis, all these sorts of things, mapping. This is kind of a week-long sort of intensive institute where you start to learn all of these skills with a particular cohort for that year. And, you build a sense of community through it. And you will, be exposed to quite a large number of different technical concepts that, going forward will really give you a good foothold in, working through things on your own. So, due to the unfortunate realities of budget allocations, the format this year might be a bit different. So again, you might just have to pay attention. If you're interested in joining the Institute, you might have to just pay attention to, our updates on the website or social media, the Commons, all the places that we're posting to provide news. But I highly recommend it, joining if you are interested. Again, pay attention to the calendar. That is one of the best ways to just see everything going on in a particular month. Okay, so lastly, we also offer a variety of resources, that you can just check out on your own at your own pace. So we have guides and tutorials, These cover a wide variety of things. So we have, as you can see, data and databases, digital archives, project management, text analysis, web development, working with sound, social media, and scholarly publication. We have offerings, guides on a lot of different topics within these larger subject areas that you can go check out and learn about. And again, this is best for, on your own, if you're interested in a particular topic and want to know where to get started. Check out the tutorials. These are often written by the fellows themselves. So, they are tailored to especially, students' needs within academia. And you can find it going to the resources, and you will see in the purple box down there, guides and tutorials. The fellows also write blog posts each semester. And these, they're on different topics each semester. And there's a whole history of this blog, Tagging the Tower, that has covered an enormous amount of material. So there's plenty of different topics that, the fellows themselves are interested in, that they are writing about. It changes often with like the current landscape of technology at the time. So sometimes, now you'll probably find something on ChatGPT, for instance, a fellow's particular insights into using ChatGPT, but you can check the history of the blog for, a very long list of different topics that the fellows have found themselves either grappling with or had an interest in, based on the current landscape of teaching and learning using technology. So I highly recommend checking out Tagging the Tower. So here is just the overarching Commons group for the GCDI. I definitely recommend joining the Commons. It'll give you just a broader sense of everything that is going on with the program, all the updates, all the events, etc. We also do have a Twitter, or I guess as it is called, X now, right? Perhaps problematic, but we are still on it. So if you are using the space actively still, we are also. So you can follow us for updates on everything that we do as well on Twitter/X as well. So that's GCDI at Twitter. CUNY GCDI. Here is the Commons group. Again, here's just the link, CUNY.is group GCDI. Okay, so that was, a very brief introduction into everything that we are trying to offer this semester for graduate students and faculty. So we hope to see you at some of these things, and thank you.
Thanks so much, Zach. This is fantastic. And if there are a couple of things that I could sort of point to in addition, I believe we've set up an Instagram account as well. And Sam, do you remember what the Instagram handle is? I can't hear you if you're speaking.
It's digital_fellows.
Okay. So we've definitely tried to start branching out into other methods of getting the word out. And just because it can be really challenging. How do you hear about the work that we're doing, the workshops and the offerings? There's one primary way that we get the message out, and that is by sending an email to the list of all EOs and APOs each week. When we do that, what happens is that sometimes the email doesn't get forwarded by APOs or EOs in certain programs. If you find that you are in a program where they don't forward the GCDI messaging, you may want to make sure that you add yourself to some of these other communications portals. So, for example, when you join the CUNY.is /group-GCDI group, and you set yourself to all email, whenever we post announcements for registering for workshops, up and coming events, whenever we advertise different blog posts that are being added to our website, this is an important place to go and to have your email registered. Sam's done a really good job of putting together a link tree, which he just posted in the chat. So those are other ways to follow us. We do announce, for example, when our slate of workshops opens up, we will announce that on Twitter, and we can announce that on Instagram. So we'll do advertising through social media. We'll put announcements on our website. We will send emails to the EO and APO email list, and we will send emails to